Hey Leo, how are you? Thanks so much for watching. Leo, this is going to be your read for the second half of November of 2018. Okay, and you guys are going to get a double read. So this is going to include your general advice as well as your love and romance read for the second part as well. I'm just doing it like this because the holiday season is approaching, and you guys know that it's very, very busy time for anyone, right? So that is the easiest way for me to make sure that I can get your videos out consistently, um, or your messages out consistently, rather, even though it's in combined video form. All right, so with that being said, the love and romance reading will be timestamped. I'm going to begin with the general advice. So if you're interested in just the love and romance, go ahead and jump to the timestamp that I've provided in the comment box and in the pinned comment. Now, Spirit, what is the strongest message for Leo? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the strongest message that Leo needs to hear for general advice for the second part of November of 2018? Please, please let us know, Spirit. Thank you. All right, Leo. Thanks so much for being patient. You guys really do rock. I really do appreciate all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your subscribes, of course, your shares. It really means a lot. Thanks. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, Leah, how can this be clarified? What clarification can we provide for Leo during this time? Whoa. And lastly, what piece of advice can we give for Leo to send them out with their general reading? What last piece of advice can we give for Leo? Okay, wow. Well, that wanted to fly out. Okay, Leo, thanks so much for being patient with me. Let me get this together. All right, Leo. You guys got the Empress. Wow, fresh out the gate. So, Leo, this is a very, I always think of like the Empress as being like a very, nurturing, motherly, like atmosphere around you, even if it's not like necessarily a motherly type person that you guys are dealing with. I just really feel like, Leo, there's like this vibe, there's this nurturing vibe that's just in the atmosphere, in the ether. Things just feel a lot loving and caring, and just it's just things just feel very deeply rooted in love, right? So with the Empress here, I just really feel like for most of you Leos, that is sort of the vibe here that you're getting. Some of you Leos are dealing with issues with your mother, maybe with the matriarch, rather, of your family, if it's not your mother, or just some type of parent figure. Okay. I feel like some of you could also be hearing messages from any parent figure, any nurturing type figure to you. You may be hearing messages from the other side. If that's, what you think that you're experiencing, that could be very well what that is. Okay. So, Leo, here I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So, for some of you, I feel like you are you were definitely once at some point maybe experiencing some type of lack, um, having to go without, feeling just really on the outskirts and feeling just really more peripheral, not really cared about, maybe cast away. Okay, I'm just getting that vibe there with that. Now with the Empress coming right here, this is also just telling me that at some point, there's this nurturing that just really takes a hold. Okay. um you guys are really, I'm just really feeling like maybe, someone may have shown you a particular gratuity during your time of lack, And, that's why it makes you feel so, warm and cozy on the inside now, because, maybe that kind of renewed or rebirthed. Nah, maybe that was a stretch, but maybe that kind of renewed your, maybe, I mean, for some of you, it kind of maybe renewed your faith, but we'll see. I mean, but that's just, so the Temperance card. Leo, I really feel like the Temperance card is there not for any reason. Or, excuse me, it's not there for no reason, rather. With the Temperance card, I'm just really feeling like um, you guys are really exercising a sense of balance here. I think that maybe some of you, if you are experiencing lack, I think that that, at some point, it will get better. And as long as you're able to just kind of, um, as long as you're able to survive, as long as you have been surviving, then, things can get easier. And, you may end up, surviving long enough to actually be helped by someone. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of help coming your way. And maybe I didn't say that in the most sensitive way, but um, I apologize if that did offend anyone. But I just really feel like if some of you are really feeling like very, just kind of left out, or just shut out, or just not even really shut out, but just, just not, or, going without. I just think that through time and through, you guys, doing what you've been doing, maybe you and the people around you huddling together and doing what you've been doing, you guys express that love for each other, and it's that possibly helps you endure. Okay, and so then now the Princess of Swords pops up. So with the Princess of Swords popping up, I just really feel like you guys, um, you guys could be coming across some information here. You guys could be coming across, it's, I feel like maybe some of you may have like be accidentally like eavesdropping, and maybe not with the intent of doing anything malicious or anything like that, but I just really feel like with the Princess of Swords there could be you, or it could just be somebody that's in your environment that maybe has something to actually really tell you. And I'm really feeling like maybe they probably don't know the best way to be able to tell you it, but I think that you're probably going to have to exercise like a lot of patience with them trying to convey some type of information for you, maybe information through someone else. I feel like it is possibly some good news, though. It could possibly be good news. Um, maybe good news that you've been waiting very, very patiently to hear. Hangman, yeah. So with the Hangman there, Leo, this is like, I guess it's like a feeling of you. I'm getting this feeling of like you needing to cling to this type of, giving and helpful and nurturing type of vibe, because I think that it does something for you. I think that it really hits a chord to some of you guys that are kind of, it kind of hits close to home to you. Now, also, I could interpret this, Leo, as well as um, it is possible that you do come into some information and you do come into some good news. However, I think that some of you may hang on to that good news and not necessarily decide to spill it yet, because I think that by doing that, it's like you understanding that, there's a better time for it. It's like for some of you feel like, oh my God, I got to get this news out. I got to get this information out. Or maybe it's information that you just happen to come across either by accident or by purposely snooping. I think that for some of you, you really just hold on to the information until the right time. Until it's the right time to really implement it. Let's see here. And then now with the Chariot, so now we have the Chariot to pop up. So I was just saying that some of you are choosing to wait until it's the right time, but I think that some of you are also like ready to really, like, again, get this information out. And it's almost like kind of conflicting here, where it's like, there's good news that you want to express, and you feel like, well, why shouldn't I express that good news? You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna pull us out of, where we've been. There's this this maybe this vibe of like, okay, I'm really feeling like some of you, okay, so Leo, I feel like maybe some of you are going to be offered help from a parent or a parent figure. And I know I kind of jumped over the place there, but stay with me. I think some of you are going to be like receiving help from a parent or a parent figure. Um, for some of you, it may be shelter. For some of you, it may be just them offering, some type of support. And I think that what it does is I think that it inspires you. And I think that you guys really sit on your idea about how to maybe go forward and go about, being that way, towards other people as well. But I feel like Leo with the cherry here, you might feel like you may be putting the cart before the horse because, you know, you have to really come out of the Five of Pentacles and have to really come out of, you know, you just got the good word. You just got, the help that you needed. So you have to be able to test it and prove it in your own self first here with the Temperance, before you can go run tell that, you know? So that's interesting. Okay, so Five of Wands, yeah. Yeah, come on, listen, Leo, I don't have to tell you right here about this Five of Wands. You're definitely fearful of, you know, conflict here. Maybe conflict between your peers. I think maybe some of Leo, for some of you, I just feel like some of your peers or you, excuse me, you fear that some of your peers will feel like you're kind of like maybe backpedaling or leaving them out in the cold, now that, but, once it comes out that, you know what I mean, that you were able to have access to certain information to help you advance, but I don't really think that you should be fearful of that right there. I mean, because with the Five of Wands there, I mean, if it creates the conflict, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, and there's not much you can really do about that. You really can't control the people that are around you. The only thing that you can really do is control and advance yourself. And I think that some of you, that may be the advice that you've been getting from, that matriarch there. Or for some of you, Leo, you may be that matriarch in the family that's really just kind of reaching down through your generations to really pull everybody up and say, okay, you know what, this is how this needs to work, this is how this needs to continue to work, because you think, you're not going to be there forever. Really clearing out all the energy and really balancing all the energy of, different family members, having different opinions about, whatever. Jesus. And Thanksgiving is like literally in a couple of days. So, Leo, have a happy Thanksgiving. Well, let me know how this works. Okay, so now we have the King of Swords. Yeah, Leo, you put your foot down in this matter. I think that Leo, what it is here with the King of Swords is that you know, it's I think things are really up to you, Leo. Things are really up to you. Okay, you are in control of really how things are going to move and operate amongst, whatever you have your hands in here. It will create some conflict. It will create some friction. But Leo, I think you'll be well equipped with Temperance there to be able to handle that and to make everyone feel included, possibly, if that's what the issue is, if people don't really feel included. But Leo, you know how you have that. I think with the Empress and the King of Swords, and then the Princess of Swords, I really feel like you guys mastered the kind of master, or you're gaining this experience in mastering the, uh, you know, feminine and masculine sides of things with the Empress and the King of Swords. I like that. Yeah. Okay, clarification. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Ooh, Leo. So, okay, Leo. It looks like we could possibly be having an offer of love, an offer of stability, and it looks good on paper. So, I mean, this could just be a separate message here for you, Leo. But to clarify it in the deck, this just, I mean, to clarify it in here in this reading, I just really feel like, with the Knight of Pentacles being here throughout, being here on this row, I think that there is some help that's being offered to you, and then it does somewhat advance you, or lays the groundwork to be able to advance you in a position to be able to pay it forward or pay it back here. With the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups being here in this row, I really think that a lot of you Leos are just going to have to really look deep within yourselves and just really decide here, is is what you're trying to do spiritually worth, the people that are around you that are causing the ruckus. And the Knight of Cups, I really feel like is about you really taking into account, like, in your mind, what it is that you really want to offer your devotion to. The Ace of Swords popping up here in the bottom. Yeah, sword energy there. You're running with it. Ace of Swords. I'm just getting the energy of, like, okay, yes. However, yes, but when the time is right. When the time is right, yes, the opportunity is there. The cosmos will all be set up and everything for you to be able to implement whatever plan of action you're trying to implement, or report whatever information that you're really feeling like you need to report. Excuse me. So let's see what this advice card here. The Sun. Your perseverance is rewarded. And the sun shining on all of this is really actually quite interesting, because the sun reveals things. The sun makes things clear. Okay? Of course, you can see things a lot better in the daytime. Why? Because the sun is out. Okay? You are going to be able to, I think that, Leo, if this confuses you, this reading confuses you, I think that as you move forward throughout the second part of November, you will begin to come more into clarity about anything that may have been mentioned here today. If this hasn't already played out for you. Okay? Now, I don't feel like it could necessarily be resolved before the second part of November. I'm not really feeling like this energy really resolves itself that soon. Maybe later in the next month. With the Knight of Cups here, I just feel like some of you, like, it's kind of finicky. Like, you're going to choose that, and then maybe you might change your mind and kind of go back to things. Or maybe because you don't know exactly what it is. But, the two knights here definitely speaks a lot. The two knights here definitely gives me the energy of, you maturing here, because, you go from the page, then now the knights, and then now you have the king in the outcome. So I think that this is a really pretty interesting read, Leo. I mean, it was kind of a bit all over the place. I did the best that I could to piece this together for you, Leo, but let me know how this works out for you in the comment box, okay? I'm definitely interested in hearing that. All right, Leo. Let's clear the board. All right, Leo. Thanks so much for watching. This is going to be your love and romance reading for the second part of November. It's good to have you guys. If you stayed with me throughout the general read, then thanks so much for bearing with me through that read. And if you're just joining me now through the timestamp, then welcome. It's really a pleasure to have you. What is the strongest message here for love and romance that Leo needs to know for the second half of November of 2018? What is the strongest message that I can give for Leo and what they need to know? Who's most on Leo's mind? Single, dating, or separate? All right. Thanks so much, Leo, for being patient with me. I did do a pre-shuffle of your cards, but I just wanted to just get another get a little bit more energy in there. All right, Leo, as I did with the other reading, I'm going to go ahead and draw the rest of your cards because it does kind of save time. Leo, it's such a pleasure. You guys are so bomb for really being patient. I really feel like I'm taking forever to shuffle these cards and pull them. Well, that just fell on out. So we'll just take it. Okay, Leo, love and romance, second half of November. Nine of Swords, Knight of Cups. Okay, now we did have the Knight of Cups pop up in your other read for your general. Now, the Knight of Cups here with the Nine of Swords, I think that for some of you, Leo, oh boy. So there's like, I feel like there's this energy of like second thoughts. Where, you know, maybe there was an offer of love, but then now things are like, okay, you're finding yourself like stressed and worried about certain things, and or maybe you find yourself feeling insecure about certain things. Or Leo, in this relationship or with the person that you're dealing with, maybe it's the both of you, but one of you in this relationship, I just really feel like is really worried, and they could just be worried about if they, you know, gave their heart to the correct person, if they made the right choice. Some of you guys are just worried about some of you guys are worried about your partner, you know, like coming in and out of your life. So this could be a reading that speaks to my people who are like on these on again, off again relationships. Okay, yeah, it definitely creates insecurity because why can't you just stay put? Why do you have to be so, you know, in again and out again with your emotions? Like you make promises and then sit there, you know, and then sit on them. And I feel like the both of you here are just kind of just sitting here, just looking at each other. You waiting to see if he's going to change, and them waiting on their moment to just kind of get out. And I'm sorry, Leo, but that's just kind of what I see. Let's take a look. So we've got the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Swords next to the Knight of Cups. So the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Swords. Okay. I'm getting the sense of Leo because, Leo, I'm really starting to feel like some of you may be dealing with a narcissist here. This narcissist could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But I just really feel like you're dealing with someone who kind of makes you feel a little bit insecure. They kind of maybe, you know, it's like it makes you feel equally as insecure as you should have so much self-esteem, because it's like this person has so much self-esteem. This Nine of Swords is always worried. This Nine of Swords is always on guard. This Nine of Swords is always stressed and looking for red flags, and you know so much stuff that the Nine of Coins isn't doing. The Nine of Coins is sitting here basking in her coinage, uh, playing with hawks and whatnot. You know what I mean? That was you, Leo, or that was someone in this relationship. And now, maybe through someone's actions of being kind of on again, off again, it's creating insecurities where there really shouldn't have been any in the first place. The sun, ooh, and you got the sun card coming out again. So the sun, yeah, I think what it is Leo, your person or you have really understood underneath it all what it really is. And some of you, I think maybe you're fearful of letting that go. Maybe you don't remember the person that you used to be anymore. But the sun is the most positive card. So with the sun being there, it's like you kind of come back to this childlike innocence of yourself. And it's more so like, that childlike innocence of yourself is kind of, you're kind of reminded of it. If you don't necessarily go back to it, you're kind of reminded of it. And I think that's what makes you aware of something being a little bit off here, Leo. Now, obviously, this won't be for every Leo. Of course, it won't be for everyone, but this is just potential energies that some of you could possibly be dealing with, okay? So, the top card here, we have the Two of Cups. So, I think that with the Two of Cups coming up here on the top of the thing, on top of everything, I think, Leo, that they're really, the thing is Leo, you really do have love for this person. You really do feel like this person is like your equal, is like your match. But at the same time, I just really think that they feel like, I'm not sure that they see it that equally. With the sun being opposite of the Two of Cups, I just really feel like for some of you, it's more so, again, just about remembering who you are, who you were supposed to be. At some point in life, the both of you brought your cups to each other and decided you're going to build. So if you can remember, what filled your cup up in the first place, because it definitely wasn't them at first, So what fills your cup up? What made you full? What made you whole? And then look at now and say, okay, well, what's not making me feel that way? What's making me feel worried? Then that's where you have your answer. But with the Two of Cups being there, I mean, of course, I mean, this is a relationship. This is, somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody that you maybe not necessarily want to give up. Six of Swords. So a potential future for some of you guys, I just feel like with the Six of Swords popping up, there's a sense of release. Maybe for some of you, it's like releasing yourself from the situation. For some of you, I just really feel like it's you saying, okay, now that things have been just a little bit more revealed and, I kind of have a remembrance of, who I used to be and what I am really actually worth here. Some of you will just actually decide to move away and move forward, just into a more peaceful state of mind. However, with the Six of Swords to me, like, they always like have a boat full of people, right? So I just really feel like with the Six of Swords, this is telling me that maybe the two of you actually take some time away and just kind of go on holiday. And with the Two of Cups being there and the sun, I really think that for some of you, it's like a bright idea, where it's just like, okay, you know what? With the Nine of Swords, I really feel like there's like some communication that needs to be expressed. And Leo, I think that the idea that you may have is that you will decide to like say, hey, babe, let's go on holiday. Let's take a vacay. Let's retreat or something. Let's just kind of unplug. Let's, maybe kind of separate ourselves. And for you, it's more so like you're isolating them so that they can't just like, slip away and make promises and then slip away real quick, you know? Like, it's going to be on some serious type stuff where you're going to really be like talking about the relationship and, you know, how it's being expressed at this current moment. The card under the deck we have is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so under the deck for a lot of you Leos, you guys are really feeling like you can't. I think a lot of you are just really feeling like you can't change anything. For some of you, it could be you feeling that way because, you know, your partner has placed so much insecurity within you that you just maybe feel as though you're, you know, mentally weak, you know, or that you know, can't see yourself through, you know, this difficult time. Okay. And Leo, I mean, I know that this might sound kind of harsh, that, you know, everything that I've been saying, but I don't necessarily feel like for some of you it may play out as harsh as I'm saying it. Okay. It may not be your relationship as a whole, but it may be in some part of your relationship, Leo, where, you know, your partner makes certain promises but then doesn't deliver on them, and it leaves you worried about if you can really, you know, it just leaves you with worries and questions, you know. So it doesn't necessarily have to say, oh, well, you know, they're fucking up in the relationship. It's just maybe one, or, you know, just maybe some minor little aspect where, you know, it's just like, okay, it's making you think like, all right, well, let's try. What's the next option? Let's try something else. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. We got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Leo, that's what I've been saying from the beginning, before I was trying to make it light. Like, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. If you've been feeling like somebody is causing insecurity and you know that you're worth more than that, man, what? Go. Love is still there. Love is still out there for you to be found. Okay? But Leo, your energy, if your energy, the sun, illuminates to you that it's time to free yourself and make a stage exit, then go with that. Follow your intuition on that. Now, you know, ultimately, it's you guys making the decisions. I'm just delivering the message. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. So this could just indicate that the person that you're with, it could be a very toxic situation. Again, like I said, this may be a narcissist that you're dealing with, somebody that you have dealt with maybe in a past life, and now karmically you guys are playing things out in this lifetime, you know, to correct whatever karma from the past. So whatever happened in that past lifetime, I don't know, maybe I want to get like a past life regression or something for somebody or whatever to find that out a little bit more. The energy is there to reveal stuff with the sun being there twice here for both your general and your love and romance reading, so it's possible. The Eight of Swords, I really feel like with the Eight of Swords, this is laying that I just think that you guys really feel like there's just not much that you can do, right? But there really isn't much that you can do beyond, well, let me say this. You feel like you don't have any options, right? But that's not exactly true. Leo, you may have a couple of options. You don't have a lot, but you got a couple of options. And one of the strongest options that I think that you guys have is to just recognize when it's time to just take a break from, you know, all the BS, if you're dealing with BS from whoever it is that you're dealing with. Okay. The card under, excuse me, the last piece of advice here we have is act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are there with you so that you will always consider them. Okay. So this last piece of advice, I just really feel like is telling you, I mean, it's kind of maybe it's, I feel like this is kind of maybe a part of what you really want to express to your person as well. It's kind of saying that, listen, you know, I've been here, I've been in this relationship, I've been acting as though, you know, things have been okay. However, there really aren't. Okay. Or at least not as okay as they can be. Right? It's like, if that's not that message for you, then I really feel like some of you, it's just saying that, you know, you just really have to have your partner understand how to respect you more in this relationship. Okay? so that they can control themselves and not act a donkey when they're not around you, you know, doing whatever or whoever. But anyway, that's that. Don't disregard that last comment. Leo, okay, you guys, let me know how this is playing out for you in the comment box. You know, I love to hear you guys' comments. I love to see your likes. I love to see your subscribes. I really do appreciate you. If you do want to book a personal reading with me, just email me at LuminantLibraTarot@gmail.com. And let's get started, Leo. Thanks so much for watching. You guys take care. Bye.